Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 64 of our first star challenge with Everton. And today we have two big games, really. We have Leicester away from home in the Premier League, and then we have Copenhagen looking to get back on the Champions League winning ways after, of course, a bit of a disappointment last episode against Atletico Madrid. Now, since last episode, we've had 4 games in the league, and things have gone... The results have been good. The performances, not so much, if I'm honest. We played Crystal Palace first up. We really struggled. This is the story of our season. We struggled to score. We created chances. We just couldn't put them away. Davy Selke got the goal in the 73rd minute. It was a 1-0 win. We defended well. You can see we really limited their chances. But again, we created. We just can't seem to find the back of the net right now. And then we played Watford. And this was actually a much better performance. What did happen in this one, though, is Carlson got injured. Bernard picked up a knock as well. Terry Cook got a double, which was good. You can see their goalkeeper was one of the better players on the field. But we played well. They had a little bit more chances in this one, but this was a good performance, if I'm honest. We did play well in this one, despite the fact we lost our first choice wingers, both of them, early on in the game. Then we played Fulham, and again, same old story. We really struggled to create in this game. You can see Sean Lunt got a start in this one because we're just struggling a little bit for defenders right now. We played that. We caused Rickarlson and Bernard were both injured. You can see there for a 5-3-2 in this one. We just didn't create anything. It looks as though it was an even game. There were just no highlights in this. I'm not quite sure where we were shooting from. You can see Lafont was one of the better players on the field. At home to Fulham, and to say we got away with it a little bit, maybe not quite true. It was a boring game. I should say too, Watford, Gary Turpie got the start in that one as well. Turpie and Taylor kept the clean sheet, which was really good for the youngsters to be doing that. Then we played West Ham, and guess what, guys? We struggled. we actually were relatively outplayed in this one, I think. The match stats says it was relatively even and we dominated possession. The highlights tended to be West Ham highlights, to be honest, but Adrien Bouvier picked a hell of a time to get his first goal for the club, 91st minute header from a tight angle, so that was really good. We got 3 points at West Ham that I don't really think we deserved. What do they say about good teams? You win when you're not playing well, and we managed to get the win there. It was a comment after last episode from Owen saying, we should maybe look to change formation. The reason that I'm not doing that, 2 reasons. I did try it against Fulham. Was it Fulham? I said, yeah, we were absolutely horrible. But also, we're not defending badly, which makes me think, if we start putting away our chances, we're going to be fine. We just don't put away our chances right now. Here's the league table. We're only 2 points off second, but we are a little ways behind Liverpool now, and that's not great. What's that? 9 points. So long way to go yet, but we're getting results, just not performances. You can see the Champions League table after last episode where we lost to Atletico Madrid. We can, if we beat Copenhagen here, we will mathematically wrap up progression from the group, and then it'll just be whether we can top it or not. But yeah, so that's sort of where we stand right now. Let's have a look at the team that we're sending out to face Leicester City here, and we will see that I know it's the same formation, but as I said, we're defending well right now, which is what's the only reason that I'm not looking to experiment. The other problem we have, now Tar is just coming back from injuries. We're really struggling for centre-backs. We've really had Stark, Taylor, and Luis Felipe for most of the season so far. The Turpie and Lunt, they're 2 17-year-old kids. They're not ready to play be relied upon as first-team players yet. So doing something like going 3 at the back and pushing fullbacks forward and things like that, it doesn't really work because we haven't had the central defenders to do it. Now with Tar coming back, maybe we can look at it, but the games are just coming thick and fast, like 3 games a week. It's really difficult to keep players fresh. But anyway, so the Font goes in goal for this one. Digne, Stark, Taylor, and Milo with the back 4. Witzel and Canente in midfield. Canente has not been playing well this season. Hasn't been scoring anyway. We need him to get back to form. Rafinha, Gomez, and Lookman. Lookman's been asking for first-team football. We're going to give it to him because Bernard's not scoring anyway. And speaking of not scoring, Davy Selke, he gets dropped, and Terry Cook comes up top. So we can see the way Leicester's playing, lining up pretty much the same way we are. So we'll see how we go. The other thing I've contemplated doing is dropping Witzel into a DM and not playing a number 10. But again, even playing like this, we keep our run going, I guess. It's one of these where our form is good, our performances aren't. So team talks have become difficult as well. When I say, we've been on a good run, keep it going. Like, really, we're creating changes, but I'd like a few in the back of the net, please, boys. The other thing that Owen said in the comments, and I do think maybe I agree with him, is that it might be time to upgrade on Davy Selke. Now, I did think Trevoh was going to be... He's good, but he's not really maybe top quality good, is he? I did think Trevoh was going to be that man, but he doesn't look like he knows what the goal is, to be honest, which is Rafinha's picked up a knock. So that's making it really difficult. We'll switch them over. Because, he was supposed to be our man that was going to sort of challenge Selke for the first team spot this year, along with Terry Cook. Terry Cook's done okay. He's sort of... Selke hasn't done bad. He's 1 in 2, which is not horrible. But let's try to demand more here, perhaps. You can see this is kind of what's happening. We're just really... we're not really creating anything this game either. But defensively, we look sound, and so I don't really know what to do. I'm just trying to think here. What do we do for the second half? They were poor. They were quite poor, weren't they? So then they're only going to get better. I'm going to say I'm not happy with that. Maybe I need to get back to mean manager and start telling them off a little bit more. I did have a look at sort of that strikers on the short list. I think the problem we're going to have, even though we have about 80 million we can spend, I don't actually think it's enough to get in a top quality striker. I will sort of keep an active eye out. I might send some scouts out. This is the font off the post. I might send some scouts out just looking for strikers and see if we can find somebody. But 80 million doesn't buy you what it used to. You know what I mean? It's the one person that is interested, that I'm kind of interested in, is we could look to get Harry Kane in. It's a bit of a nothing ball forward. Lafont's got that. But 80. It's not just the 80 million. I doubt 80 million will get him out of Spurs. But even if it does, he's on 200 grand a week. We don't have that much in the budget to spend. We would have to maybe look at selling Selke to get him in. But then are we really strengthening the squad at that point? This is becoming a long old highlight. Here goes Sergio Gomez. This is looking promising. Lookman, chest it down. We've got Bernard at the back post. Get it in there. Bernard! I don't even know if it was Bernard. It may have been an own goal in the end. It was an own goal in the end. But I don't really care, and I'm sure you don't either. Zappacosta's given us the lead. Bernard was there. It was a nice little counter-attacking goal in the end, wasn't it? Sergio Gomez dinked one over. Lookman brings it under control beautifully. Picks out a good cross in, and... Bernard, has he missed that or has he been fouled? But... that's embarrassing. Don't run off Clappy, mate. You should be embarrassed. You should have your head in your hands. He should have scored that, shouldn't he? And that's just sort of the sort of thing we're going through. We just can't find the back of the net for love nor money right now. It's been an even game. We're maybe a little bit lucky to be in front here. I'm wondering if we go the DM now. We'll see what happens from this highlight. Digne in for Bernard. What can he do? Bernard looks very pale all of a sudden for a Brazilian. There goes Terry Cook. He's in, and Terry Cook doubles the lead. There we go. 5th goal of the year for him. Bernard, he's albino all of a sudden. Bernard, look how much whiter he is than everybody else. That's really weird. Anyway, he just needs to bask in the glory of goal scoring. Maybe that'll turn him up a little bit. Anyway, a nice ball in the end from Bernard. It was actually a stunning ball, wasn't it? In behind the defence. Terry Cook made no mistake. And that is 2-0. And you know what we will do now, actually, because we will go the DM. And it's especially useful here because we know that Gomez can drop straight in there, and he does a wonderful job for us. Canente, that's an easy enough thing to do. The only thing is, do we look to play Terry Cook as a complete forward and get him to drop back into that gap? But with a Mazzella and an advanced playmaker, they might go into that space. Not a bad ball in from Canente, just no one in there challenging. Schmeichel really was there. Come on, boys, can we win that, please? Oh, we can. That's a good header. Can we win that again? No. All right, Iheanacho, this could be problems. 20 minutes to go. We don't want to be throwing this away. Let's get a block in. He's tried for it. Iheanacho with a header. Oh, I tell you what. I think Lafont had that covered. But, yeah, not ideal, not ideal. All right, let's try to demand more. Once again, we're not playing particularly well. Let's take... looking at players on the bench, I want to try and keep some players fresh for the Champions League. That's a fantastic block. Was that Stuart Taylor? I think it was. A ball at the edge. Iheanacho there, and he's missed it again. Boys, come on. Let's give it a tighten up here, perhaps. It's from the corner. A third goal should wrap it up. Canente to the back post. Oh, it's over the bar, was it? It was a stunning header from Stark. A really, really powerful effort. But I think, yeah, it did just go over the bar. Unlucky. All right. Let's not let Maguire go too far here, please. I'm wondering if we might tighten up the lines a little bit too. Just try and make it a little bit tighter for them. A little bit more difficult. Come on, Stark. Let's not do anything silly here, please. Stuart Taylor. Maybe just get rid. There we go. All right. Are we going to win the header with Cook? He's not the best in the air. Gomez is a bit of a loose touch. This is becoming a scrappy, long highlight, and these make me nervous. Well done, Lafont there. That was really good composure on the ball. He goes Albino Bernard for Digne. Sergio Gomez. Can he pick out another one? The ball forward. Oh, it's a good pass for Lookman. Can he square it for Terry Cook? The double is goal! Terry! Yes, he can! Terry Cook! 6 goals the year for him. Now, that makes him joint top scorer. That's how difficult this season's been for us in front of net. Because he has 6 goals. I mean, that's him and Selke equal now. Terry Cook actually has the better goal-scoring record of the two, but that was a good ball forward from Sergio Gomez. Lookman squares it in. Terry Cook, well done, and that should now be job done. You know what I do want to try and do? Milo's looking tired. I want to try and give Cody Dramé here a game, because he's highly rated, and at 3-0 with 5 minutes to go, it should be a good opportunity, and we might even, we'll bring Turpie on. It's a good opportunity to give him some game time for Nick Stark as well. So that works. That's our 3 subs. And hopefully we're not going to throw away 3 goals in 3 minutes. Alright, here we go again with Lafont. Out for Turpie. What can he do? Goes a little bit long, but Terry Cook just can't win balls in the air like that, can he? It's been blocked out there for Terry Cook. On a hat-trick now, of course. Bernard wasn't always that albino, was he? I'm sure he's not. I don't know what's happened there. Come on, boys. Come on. Couple of minutes to go here. I'd really like another clean sheet. The only saving grace of this little streak anyway has been our defence off the post, and again, and Stuart Taylor clears it into touch for the Leicester lineout. Midfield's looking tired, but as I said, we've made our subs, and I want to keep the guys on the bench fresh because I think Zamora I want to play in the Champions League, and I'll probably alongside him. I'm thinking Tom Davies, but I'm not 100% sold on that yet. Oh, it's a nice little ball there. Can we get the hat-trick for Terry Cook? It doesn't look like we can. There's still 40 seconds to go here, so there is time. We win that. Turpie with a good header. Digne. Can we get our foot on the ball here? No. So, well, hopefully we're going to keep the clean sheet. The main thing here, though, is we've scored some goals for you guys. So that's one good thing. And we have got a win as well. So this has been a very, very good opening game of the episode. Happy with this. It's something that resembles a return to form in front of goal. So I like that. It's 11 shots, 7 on target, 3 goals. That's more. The Bernard miss to start things off was not the best. I'm going to say we need to guard against complacency. And on we go. So we rise to see off brave Leicester. It's not a serious injury for Rafinha, so that's good. Dramé makes his debut. That's fantastic. Terry Cook with the double. That's excellent stuff as well. And guys, wait right there. We'll be back for a Champions League game. Is it in Copenhagen? It's at Everton. So we'll be back to host Copenhagen in the Champions League. Okay, welcome back. It's time for some Champions League action. We're up against, we're up against Carlsberg. We're not up against Carlsberg, we're up against Copenhagen. I forgot to show the scouting reports in the previous game. I apologise for that. You can see here we don't have the Danish League loaded up, so we have very limited information on how we expect Copenhagen to play. I'm expecting that's sort of more what we'll be up against, the Atletico Madrid formation. Although when they played at home, they were the same sort of thing, but they're playing away. So I'm thinking that's more like what we'll be up against here. But that's pretty much the only information that we have. Let's have a look at the team that we are sending out. And there's a few changes here. Now, how did Lafont? Lafont picked up a bit of an injury in training, but it looks as though he's okay. So we'll start him in goal. It's Timon, Stark, Lewis, Felipe, and Kenny as a back four. Zamora and Davies in midfield. We've slightly rejigged the way this is. We've got a deep line playmaker on support instead of defend, and then box to box for Davies. So he should be a little bit more conservative to make up for maybe a slightly more aggressive deep line playmaker. Bouvier gets his first start out wide on the right with Vlasic and Lookman. We're going to give Trevoh a game up front. This is a game we should be winning. Therefore, I'm hoping it's a game where Trevoh will score. The reason that we're doing this is because, as you remember, we have an injury to Rafinha's not too bad. Let's maybe put him on the bench just in case. But Bernard is match fatigued and Richarlison is still injured as well. Bouvier should be fine. He scored, but the only other game he played for us. So let's see how he goes. So they've sprung maybe a small surprise on us here. I didn't expect them to be this attacking. Any names there we recognise? I don't think so, no. So, yeah, we don't really know what we're up against here, but like I say, we'll see how we go. Come on, lads, keep our run going. I think that's all we can say. I mean, that worked out okay last time for us, didn't it? We've already got confidence in Trevoh, so let's get out there. See how we do. Champions League anthem ringing around Goodison. Yeah, this will be an interesting game. I really want to get Trevoh off the mark. It's unbelievable that someone who is this talented hasn't scored yet. Let's get that over the bar. There we go. Yeah, I mean, he just looks like a nervous player in front of goal whenever he's played. He's off the ball's good. He's got good pace. Come on, some more. Let's get a bit of quality in here. There it is. Vlasic! Oh! Vlasic has been quietly becoming quite the little weapon in the air. What's his jumping reach like? 11. So he's not the worst in the air either. Just recently, he's just started to get a few headed goals, which is good. Sort of adds to his game, doesn't it? Here goes Vlasic for Bouvier. Bouvier! Oh! Decent effort. Draws a good save out of their keeper. It's still there. Ball comes in. It looks like it's going to be cleared. No, Kenny picks up a loose header there. Kenny tries to feed it in. That maybe wasn't the option. Taimon keeps the pressure on here, though. Here we go. Tom Davies. Back out for Taimon. I'm wondering if we need to look to exploit the flanks here. There's a little bit of space out there, isn't there? There's a good ball. Oh, just didn't quite have the run. Now, this is becoming a long old highlight, and I don't like that they have the ball here. Can we win this back, please? And thank you, guys. Please. Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. No! Oh, they've scored a goal against us. He's checking VAR for something. Is the offside flag going to save us? I don't think it is. I think that looked okay, didn't it? Yeah, just got caught out in the counter-attack. It looks like everyone's coming back to kick off. That's usually a giveaway, isn't it? We'll give them a show some passion. Hopefully that'll snap us into a little bit of action here. Oh, we were looking okay, weren't we? We were passing the ball around nicely, and we've just been caught out. I don't think it was offside to me. It looked relatively cut and dry, didn't it? Let's go attacking now. Let's maybe try and exploit the flanks. It did look as though there was quite a bit of space out there. So we'll go with that. This, needless to say, would be a bit of a disastrous game to lose, to be honest. It would almost certainly take us out of any contention for top of the group. Yeah, and it would maybe just give Copenhagen a chance. There goes Tom Davies. It's blocked. They hack it clear. We're there with Luis Felipe. What's happened here? What has happened here? Is this a penalty? It can only be for a penalty, can't it? I don't think he's reviewing. No, that's a foul by this guy, I think, isn't it? Have we got ourselves a penalty here? I have no idea what's happened. It is a penalty. Well, we'll take it. We'll take it and run. Vlasic is going to take it. Can he draw us level here? This would be a really, really big goal, wouldn't it? Come on, Vlasic. Oh, we got there in the end. But, yeah, once again, that's the second penalty in a row we've missed now, because Witsel missed one a couple of episodes ago, didn't he? I mean, that's a stunning save. That's not. You can't blame Vlasic for that, really. It was an absolutely stunning save. But it did find the back of the net, which is all that really matters. Is that just a little bit of luck we need? Vlasic in for Kenny. Davies gets the good ball in back post. Lookman's there! Oh, Adamola Lookman, and second time again, the goalkeeper makes a save. And it's once again going to be a corner. Zamora. No, Vlasic takes this one. It's poor corner in. Davies out there for Ramos. I don't think he's going to shoot, is he? That's a bit of just panicked. We might need to change the way we're playing here, I think, because we don't look particularly good. Vlasic with a really good covering tackle, getting back. Really, really well done. What we might try to do, first of all, is just tighten the lines and push up a little bit. See if that makes any difference. There's just a little bit too much space in front of our defence right now for them to play into, isn't there? So we'll see how that goes. Ball out wide. That should be easy enough. Stark's there. Oh, Davies loses out, and that's hit the bar, did it? Jeez. Again, you can see we're creating chances. This is the story of our season. Creating chances, unable to take them. Come on, boys. Madrid's taken the lead. That's not ideal. I would have liked Bale to maybe nick a point off them there. Here we go. Trevoh! Oh, he's on the bar again. And Trevoh! He finally gets his first goal for the club. Thank Christ for that. Thank Christ for that. It was scrappy. I don't think it really matters at this point. He just needed to get a goal. And is that going to be the spark that finally gets our French wonder kid going? It was nicely worked till that point, wasn't it? A good header from Trevoh off the bar. Keeper's kind of scrappily kept it out. I tell you, he did his best to miss that. He did it as hard as he can, straight at the keeper, and it's just managed to bounce in instead of out. But that could so easily have gone somewhere else. I wonder actually if we need to train him to place his shots. Let's have a look at half time and just see if maybe can we do it here before I forget, because I have the memory of a goldfish. He's got decent composure. We need to train him to place your shots, mate. Oh, he's doing something else right now. Oh, sorry. All right. Note to self, when he's finished doing that, we need to train him. Remind me, guys, if I forget to do that, he needs to be told to place his shots. What do we say? You've played well, there's room for improvement. That seems to make a little bit of sense to me. We'll tell Kenny not to get himself sent off. Anybody else here that's not playing well, we'll just tell them so. And then everybody else will give them the old, we have faith. Who's that not playing well? Bouvier. Yeah, I mean, there is a risk here. Of course, it was a bit of a gambled selection. So, we'll say we're happy with it. Lose focus. Yeah, tell someone he's doing well, and off he goes. Loses focus. We do have Selke on the bench, so if he looks like he's off with the fairies, we can always bring Selke on. Come on, boys. Let's not give them the goal back early in this half. There goes Lookman, but well intercepted there. Just well positioned, wasn't it? Just stood there and cleared the ball out for Vlasic. Gets the ball in back post. Bouvier's there. Bouvier! That's it now. Surely 3-1. A stunning start to the second half, and surely now we'll give it a demand more. We won't praise him just yet. But I tell you what, Adrien Bouvier looks a decent player. He looked good when he came on against West Ham, got the goal. And this is a really good finish too. Look at that. Side foot on the volley. Stunning stuff. There we go. Let's maybe just go back to positive. Now that we do have the lead. I mean, goal difference could come into play here. But to be honest, I just want to get the 3 points here. Here goes Vlasic again with some space. That's not his best pass. It was a bit of a horrible pass, actually. Toimon should pick that up, I think. Yep, back for Lafont, in for Ramos, or Luis Felipe, or whatever you want to call him, one of his 20,000 names. Zamora, good ball out there for Lookman. Look at the space he's got to run into there. Adamola Lookman, nice. Oh, you can see what he was trying to do, and he just overhit it ever so slightly into the keeper's hands instead of Trevoh's foot. To be fair, Trevoh would have just passed it to the keeper's hands anyway, so just saved a bit of time there. All right, come on, Bouvier. What's he got for us? Squares it, beautiful ball. Zamora! Oh, was that a save? I think it was a save. That's a stunning save, but what an effort from Zamora. All right, come on, boys. We're looking a little bit better this half, aren't we? We're at least getting some shots on target, which is good. Come on, boys. Pressure on here now. I wonder if we need to close up the line. Stark hacks one clear. Can we get to that with Lookman? He does with Vlasic inside there for Davies. He goes himself. Vlasic! Didn't quite get a hand on that one, or a proper hold of it, I should say. He doesn't really want a hand on the ball. That's a free kick, isn't it? Yes, we've tightened up the lines here, and we've actually looked a little bit better going forward. Now, is that just because we've kind of limiting their chances with possessions, and so we're getting a chance to counter-attack, or is that actually something we should look at? Bouvier with a nice little knockdown there for Vlasic again to get on his bike. Go on, son. He picks out a stunning pass for Trevoh! Oh! Another save from their keeper, and you can kind of see this is again a kind of example of where we just can't finish chances. We're looking good. The good thing of this is that we've already scored 3, so we've put ourselves a penalty. Is it referee? No? Okay. Yes, not. But when we're doing this at 0-0, it's really frustrating. At least, as I said, at least we've got the lead, so it's a little bit more comfortable. Time on with a good header there to win that. Vlasic, he's running this game, isn't he, Vlasic? It's the Vlasic show. Gets tackled there. Bouvier picks up the loose ball. Davies, look at your fullback getting forward, mate. He does. He finds Kenny. Can Kenny? No, Kenny can't. And they have the ball. they're going backwards, which is fine. We'll let them do that. Zamora heads it down there for Tom Davies. In for Vlasic. The Vlasic show continues. It goes a little ball for Lookman. Oh, it's another good save from there. I tell you what, their keeper is having an absolute belting game, isn't he? Saved a penalty as well, let's not forget, on our first goal. Otherwise, and that is just over the bar as well. Otherwise, that could easily be 2-1 had he the rebound not fallen so kindly for us. Let's throw some praise out there. We are doing okay here. Lookman's looking complacent, which isn't ideal, but to be honest, the game the way it's going, I'll keep fresh legs on the bench for the next one. We do have a league fixture against Middlesbrough coming up. This is midweek, so that's coming up on Saturday. Middlesbrough sort of 13th or so, I think, sort of lower mid-table. So it's a game we should be able to win, but I don't want to take anything for granted because we dropped points to Fulham. So we're capable of beating anybody and seemingly losing to anybody right now. Here goes Bouvier. Oh, that's a stunner from Bouvier. His second of the game. And he has introduced himself to you guys now. That is quite the strike. The next in our long line of fantastic wingers. And that was an absolute wonder strike from Bouvier. At least we have one of our French wonder kids scoring. Look at that. Oh, it's taken a bit of a deflection. But I think all it did was just to prevent it from going right up in the top corner, to be honest. Excellent stuff. We come straight back. Now, I saw that they were all looking a little bit complacent there. Is that going to come back and haunt us here? Are we actually a little bit too complacent? I tell you what, they're passing the ball forward. We don't really seem to be closing them down too much. Can we get a foot in here somewhere, please, guys? Please. Oh, room for the shot. Lafont with a decent save. It's going to go out for a corner. Assuming that's what everybody was happy with. Do we have any... I'm trying to think who's on the bench. Do I have... Who's our defender on the bench? I wonder if it's... Did I put Tar on the bench? Maybe give him some match fitness. Yeah. Do let me know what you guys think too with a striker. I did set up a sort of a month-long scouting mission to try and find ourselves, at least a 4-star striker. Davies has picked up a knock, so we'll take him off. What can we do? Let's bring Witsel on and we'll switch them around. Because what we can do is we can play Witsel more defensively, and then let's play some more... let's go Mazzella. Spoil yourself, mate. We do have Turpey on the bench as well. All right, so we'll bring Turpey on for Stark, even though he's on a booking, and we'll play him as a ball player. I think he's got the potential to be a ball-playing defender. Let me know what you think. Do we need to go and splash the cash on a big striker, assuming that we can do it, as I said. I wouldn't mind getting Harry Kane in, although he is 29. But between the wages and the fee, we just can't afford it. We did spend a little bit of money earlier on in the season, so some of the transfer budget's gone on that. But I do wonder... I'm torn between whether we need to do it. It's a really good win, guys. Whether we need to do it, or whether between Cook and Trevoux, young wonder kid strikers coming up, if they will naturally come up and replace Selke. The problem is right now they're not doing that, and it's kind of hurting us a little bit. But Trevoux finally scores. He's not scored in over 27 competitive matches, so it is good to get him off the mark. It's not like I hadn't given him a chance. He had played quite a few games for us, and he has finally got not a league goal, but he's got a goal, so that's good. Davies, the injury is not too bad. We hammer them in the end, which is good. We do get through the group, which is good. Bouvier, he was class, wasn't he? He was something else that game. Smith having a look at Kenny Lookman for the next England squad. So none of you guys just quite yet. He has had a look at Terry Cook when he's played, though. So Terry Cook is probably the closest of our guys to getting the England call. But we'll see how we go with that. And there we go. We are through the group. We just keep ourselves in contention with Atletico Madrid, though, to be honest. The head-to-head's already against us. Goal difference isn't helping. We will struggle a little bit. We really need Bale to do us a favour, don't we, and take some points off them. And there's the league table. Everybody around us kind of won as well. So it's just that gap to Liverpool that's becoming a bit problematic, isn't it? Anyway, guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't upload new episodes. And we'll be back next time for... what we'll do is we'll round out the pre-World Cup, Winter World Cup break. So it'll be Manchester City away that's a big game because they're second in the league right now. We need to be at least taking a share of the points in that one. And then Copenhagen away in the Champions League. Given that we're already through, we might look to go, maybe not too heavy, but we'll look to give some of the youngsters named after you guys the game in that one. We don't really have anything to lose. I'm kind of resigned to the fact we're going to finish second in our group. But that's all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.